Now at 5, some frigid winds and even a few snowflakes flying around on Halloween. I'll let you know how long this wintry weather is going to stick around.
I'm Megan Sanctorum, working to get answers tonight after construction on a major hotel project in Speedway has been stalled.
A snake-filled home and a woman found dead inside. The sight they won't soon forget.
This is RTV6 News at 5, working for you.
We begin now at 5 with a blustery, cold, and yes, snowy Halloween. Your eyes are not deceiving you. This snow in Indianapolis this afternoon, and we could see more tonight.
Trick-or-treaters getting an early start bundled up, and will have to continue to do so tonight. Storm Team 6 meteorologist Kyle Mounts is tracking a very busy weather alert evening. Kyle.
Yeah, and it seems like Mother Nature throwing some tricks our way here as it's a little more winter-like for the final day of October. We've got some snow showers moving through. Storm Team 6 radar, you can see those from downtown through the Speedway area, back through portions of Morgan County. Leading edge of that moving into Shelbyville and Rushville. About the next half hour or so, you'll get another burst of snow that extends through Newcastle, mainly limiting visibility out there and some grassy accumulations. You can see out there as we go around Delphi, eastern portions of Tippecanoe County, and around Peru, also dealing with some light snow. We'll continue to see those snow showers wrapping through as we go through the next couple of hours. By about 9-10 o'clock this evening, though, we'll see all of that fading away. This is a view from the IMS Pagoda. You would see the city skyline, except that we've got the clouds and that snow. Not only is the snow falling, but it is getting whipped around in some very strong winds out there, and temperatures right now lower to middle 30s, right at the freezing mark in Indianapolis, 34 degrees in Bloomington. But you factor in that wind, we've got wind chills, teens and 20s as you get ready to head out this evening. So yes, the kids are definitely going to need to bundle up. There's a look at those wind gusts, close to 40 miles per hour. Those will continue. We've got a wind advisory until midnight tonight. So here's a look at that forecast next few hours. Some scattered snow showers, gusts around 30 to 40 miles per hour, and temperatures in the lower 30s.
And if you're looking for some indoor trick-or-treating options for your kids, here are some in Indy. IMPD Southeast District until 7, Cornerstone Lutheran Church on East New York Street from 6 to 8, the MLK Community Center from 6:30 to 8:30, and all Indianapolis fire stations will be giving out treats from 6 to 8.
And another indoor option, the annual Safe Night Halloween Trunk or Treat at the State Fairgrounds. These are live pictures as it gets underway right now. Hello. The event runs until 7 in the 4-H exhibit hall on the north side of the fairgrounds there. Parking and admission are free to all. It's for kids 12 and under who are accompanied by an adult. We will check in a bit later with Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory, who is there enjoying the fun.
I hope he has a costume this time. Several communities decided not to even chance it tonight and just move trick-or-treating to another day. It will be tomorrow in Muncie, Hagerstown, North Vernon, and LaPel. In Pendleton, you'll see trick-or-treaters at your door Saturday from 6 to 9.
Stalled construction on a major project in Speedway is generating a lot of questions. A new Hilton Tapestry Hotel is only partially built at the corner of 16th and Main, with many saying they haven't seen any work done at this site in months. RTV6's Megan Sanctorum is working for you, finding out what is causing the delay and how this is impacting other businesses in the area.
Some describe this as the most prominent corner in Speedway. And tonight, they want answers, saying they haven't seen any work done on this project since June. Sitting right across the street from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway is a fenced-off area and a partially finished project. This is supposed to be the future home of a new Hilton Tapestry Hotel. But tonight, some are wondering when, if ever, it will be built.
What is happening? I mean, all of us that live in Speedway is concerned about that corner.
Marie Hall owns 3 sisters and a trunk on Main Street in Speedway, and she says right now this is nothing more than an eyesore. We first checked in on this project back in August. At that time, the developer told us they were working through design coordination and approvals. Drew Loftus of Loftus Robinson said full construction would be underway soon, but months later, still no progress.
The unknown is always frightening. You don't know what's going to happen. We all gave a lot to have this built.
She thinks the loss of parking due to this new construction has actually hurt her and other businesses on Main Street. Now she's just hoping for some answers soon.
I know that they had good intentions and they thought it was going to be different, but this is not what the residents of Speedway agreed upon.
Working for you, Megan Sanctorum, RTV6.
Well, Speedway town leaders tell us they have reached out to Loftus Robinson about the work stoppage to see if there's anything they can do to help get the project going again, but so far they have not heard back. Meantime, our calls and emails to Loftus Robinson have not yet been returned.
RTV6 is working for you and getting results. Demolition on a collapsed building in Wayne County is officially underway. A new Castle company hired by the town of Dublin began knocking down the building today. We first told you about this on Friday after a woman called RTV6 asking when it would be torn down. She says it's an eyesore and causes health and safety concerns. A town spokeswoman says the building collapsed on July 12th and they gave the owner 30 days plus 2 extra weeks to handle it, but he was unable to. RTV6 spoke to the owner of the building today on the phone, who says he is a disabled veteran who was living on the property and he tried working to get the building taken care of, but was unable to. Work is expected to take 3 to 4 days. If you have a problem and you're not getting the answers you need, reach out to us at workingforyou@rtv6.com. Tonight, investigators in Northwest Indiana are investigating an extremely unusual case. A woman found dead with a python wrapped around her neck. The discovery was made last night in a home in Oxford. That's in Benton County. This is a picture of the home on Dan Patch Drive in Oxford. 36-year-old Laura Hurst was found dead with an 8-foot python wrapped around her neck. Property records show the home belongs to the Benton County Sheriff. State police say the home was renovated and set up specifically for the collection of snakes. There are currently about 140 inside. And according to a state police spokesman, Hurst visited the home about twice a week, and about 20 snakes belong to her. The coroner will determine the cause of death.
Tonight, nearly 24 people are behind bars in Johnson County after a morning warrant sweep looking for suspected drug dealers. Warrants were issued for 33 people, and as of this early afternoon, 22 people were behind bars. The majority of the felony charges are for dealing methamphetamine, also 8 charges for dealing heroin.
Methamphetamine is still king here in Johnson County. All these cases, the individuals were charged with dealing in the substance. These are not cases where people are charged with simple possession. This is all the hard stuff, and this is stuff that really hurts the people in our community. So we want to do what we can to get it off the streets.
Well, the sweep began at 6 a.m. and involved multiple agencies, including the Johnson County and Marion County Sheriff's Departments and the DEA. New today, Indiana continues to see new confirmed cases of lung illness linked to vaping, but the number of deaths have remained steady for now. The State Department of Health says the number of confirmed lung illnesses has climbed to 41 cases, up from 36 last week. So far, Indiana has seen 3 deaths linked to e-cigarette use. E-cigarette maker Juul has now been accused of shipping 1 million contaminated vaping pods. Leaders and health experts say you should stop vaping until we have answers on why these illnesses are happening. Coming up on RTV6 News at 6, we hear the story of one Indiana high school student and the consequences he now faces for vaping.
On Tuesday, voters in a handful of school districts will be deciding on money requests from school districts. Carmel residents will be voting on a school safety referendum that could raise as much as $40 million for Carmel Clay schools. The request comes after state lawmakers allowed schools to seek safety referendums just this year. The owners of a home worth $250,000 would pay an additional $65 per year if the referendum passes. The tax increase would be in effect for the next 8 years. And here's a closer look at what Carmel Clay Schools wants to spend the money on. At least one school resource officer in every school in the district, mental health programming for students, and professional safety training for teachers, staff, and administrators. A historic vote on Capitol Hill today in the impeachment investigation of President Trump.
The House took a full floor on the inquiry today, passing a resolution that moves the impeachment investigation into a public phase. ABC's Rachel Scott is on Capitol Hill with more.
On Capitol Hill, a historic step in the impeachment investigation.
The yeas are 232. The nays are 196.
A fiercely divided House passing a resolution in support of the impeachment inquiry into President Trump. The partisan divide that has been brewing for weeks around this investigation reaching another boiling point.
Trying to put a ribbon on a sham process doesn't make it any less of a sham.
I don't know why the Republicans are afraid of the truth.
Republicans not backing down without a fight, unanimously voting against it.
This Congress records is more subpoenas than laws. it is now abusing its power to discredit democracy.
But Democrats have the majority in the House and are largely unified behind the impeachment push. Only 2 members voting against it. At the heart of the investigation, whether President Trump abused his power by seeming to urge a foreign leader to investigate Joe Biden and his son.
There is serious evidence that President Trump may have violated the Constitution.
The president has denied any wrongdoing. Minutes after the resolution was passed, he tweeted calling it a witch hunt. Today's vote marks a critical turning point. That resolution will allow President Trump and his lawyers to mount their own defense. Republicans will be able to propose witnesses, but Democrats who hold the majority will determine if they are relevant to the investigation. It also opens the door for public and open hearings. Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vidman expressed concerns about President Trump's call with Ukraine's leader during his testimony this week. A source tells ABC News he is willing to testify publicly. It comes as Tim Morrison, another National Security Council official, testifies behind closed doors. In his opening statement obtained by ABC News, he said he had some concerns about the nature of the call, but wasn't concerned that anything illegal was discussed. And while this resolution is significant, it's not a vote on whether or not President Trump should be impeached, but it does lay the groundwork for how this investigation moves forward. While the House is not in session next week, we could see public hearings by mid-November. Rachel Scott, ABC News, Washington.
And as far as the 9 representatives from Indiana, there were no surprises in how they voted. All 7 Republican representatives voted against the resolution. Those were Jackie Walorski, Jim Banks, Jim Baird, Susan Brooks, Greg Pence, and Trey Hollingsworth, while the 2 Democrats, Pete Voskowski and Andre Carson, voted in favor of it. Ahead on the Now Indy at 5:30, a woman living in St. Louis moved back to Indiana just so her daughter could attend a specific school. Why that school is so special to students and families.
But first, another Pacers player goes down. What we know about Miles Turner's status after injuring his ankle.
And it's time for a ninja pose. We're at the 24th annual Trunk or Treat at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. These youngsters are fueled by candy and on a mission for more candy. Back after this.
Plans from CareSource. Enroll by December 15th.
Well, welcome back. The Colts will hit the road this weekend for an important game in the middle of this season's schedule.
But they have struggled quite a bit against Sunday's opponent. Brad Brown joins us here on the news at 5 with a look ahead to Week 9. Brad.
Amanda and Mark, good afternoon. Both the Colts and Steelers have dealt with quarterback issues this season, but consider this. Sunday's game will be the first time since 1997 that the Colts-Steelers matchup does not include either Peyton Manning or Ben Roethlisberger. How about that? The Colts practiced inside today, sort of. All of the big garage doors at the team's practice barn were wide open, and Jacoby Brissett did do some throwing outside as well. So probably a pretty accurate taste of what's in store for Sunday at Heinz Field. The Colts defense continues to be a steady force in the team's 5-2 start. The numbers are not spectacular. They're making some big plays when they need to, and they've lost 5 straight now against the Steelers, so we shall see. D-lineman Justin Houston spreading the credit from front to back.
It's not just the D-line, it's a unit, it's the whole defense. For us to get to the quarterback, the back end got to do their job. So, and for us to do our jobs, they have to give us time to get there. So I think they've been playing great on the back end, which is allowing us to put pressure on the quarterback.
Speaking of that guy right there, number 99 for the Colts defense, Justin's had a sack in 3 straight games. We'll see if he gets another Sunday against the Steelers. We've got more football coming up at 6. IU's win last weekend earned the Hoosiers their 6th victory, and even though they're now bowl eligible, they want some more. Quarterback Peyton Ramsey has gone from backup to back in charge. See how he's kept the momentum going for the Indiana offense tonight in our Sports Extra Spotlight. Well, last night the Pacers got their first win of the season, but one of their starters could be out of order for a bit. Miles Turner injured his ankle in the first half. The team confirming today that it is an ankle sprain. Turner being listed as week to week for now. It doesn't bode well for the short term. We shall see going forward. The Pacers start a 5 games in 8 nights stretch tomorrow. 2 of those to start things off are at home this weekend. Tomorrow night the Cavaliers are here, and the Bulls come to town on Sunday.
Well, thank you, Brad. It's one of the nights kids wait for all year, but they sure weren't counting on it being so cold for their trick-or-treating.
That's right, and that's why an indoor option is a great way for the kids to get their candy, and everyone stays warm here. Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory is at the Safe Halloween Trunk-or-Treat event at the State Fairgrounds there.
Ooh.
And Kevin, you look dressed as a fisherman, maybe.
He's ready for the snow.
I'm trying. I'm trying to trick you guys. I don't have to wear this. We're indoors at the State Fairgrounds. The music is playing. The kids are flowing in for the 24th year to the State Fairgrounds Trunk or Treat. And Sharon Smith with the Fairgrounds joins me now. This is a big deal. You're in a new spot here, but anyone watching at home can still make it here in time?
Yes, we're open from 5 to 7, free of charge, free parking. It's safe, it's inside, it's warm, it's dry.
All right, we've got a dinosaur right here backing up. They're with Life Journey Church. We've got the fire department represented. We've got the Indiana State Police represented. We've got Sam Clubs represented with the Wizard of Oz. Did you think that we would end up indoors? This is outdoors sometimes, or is it always indoors here?
No, for the past few years, it's been indoors. It's our 24th annual, and we have served about 60,000 individuals in the community, and we expect between 3,000 and 4,000 people tonight.
And this turned out to be the perfect night to be indoors, no doubt about that. Well, we see the youngsters. What they do is just kind of come in and make a circle in here, fill their buckets with candy, and in some cases, non-edible information. Some books that they can read, Winnie the Pooh and Eeyore too. And I think I see Tigger. Let's talk about that forecast this evening. Temperatures there in the 30s. They'll stay in the 30s for a few hours, but then they'll drop into the 20s. And the wind chill colder than that. I saw snow. Did you see snow? I think we've all seen some snow, Kyle. It was hard to see early in the afternoon, and then it's been quite easy to spot the snow showers here this evening.
Yeah, Kevin, we actually had some of those big snowflakes that were filling the sky in downtown earlier this afternoon. You can see this was taken in downtown Indianapolis. So we'll kind of go with a happy hollow winter here as we're getting some of that wintry weather here for Halloween. And as Kevin mentioned, a great night to be indoors and doing a little trunk or treating there. Our temperature right at that freezing mark. Oh, but it feels colder than that as we've got that brisk west wind. Wind chills are actually into the teens to around 20 degrees. 19 in Indy, Lafayette. Feels like 24 in Bloomington with your temperature of 33 degrees. And those winds are going to stay gusty. We have that wind advisory in effect until midnight for a steady wind out of the west, around 20 to 30 miles per hour. And then those gusts on the order of about 30 to 50 miles per hour. So it's certainly going to be howling out there the next several hours. And we still have a few of these scattered snow showers moving through. You can see the heaviest of the snow right now on the southeast side of the city. And again, the biggest impact from this is going to continue to be limiting some visibility. Moving into Rushville at this point, there you can see Greensburg as we get a little closer to 6 o'clock this evening. There's a few more of those snow showers, kind of a secondary band here of the northern portion of the area through Peru into Logansport, Delphi, and Lafayette. Now, once the sun is starting to set, we'll actually see that stick a little bit more here as we go through the evening. 7 o'clock, still some snow showers, mainly north of I-70 at that point, and then we'll actually begin to clear out those skies tonight. And temperatures, this is the other wintry side of the story. We'll get down into the middle and upper 20s tonight. 26 in the city, 24 in Lafayette, and 27 in Columbus. No doubt you're going to need the layers in the morning and to turn that heat on in the car. Lots of sunshine tomorrow, though. We're not going to have any more snow in the forecast. Temperatures do try to rally a little bit, but we'll only get into the middle 40s. Keep in mind our average high is 60 degrees, so we are certainly missing the mark there as we round out the work and school week. Our temperature 47 in Rockville and Greenwood, Rushville at 47, and Kokomo at 45 chilly degrees. Now, looking ahead to the weekend, clouds are back on Saturday. I don't think we're going to see any precipitation here. It's just going to be a little more of a gray day to start things off for the weekend, and temperatures are going to remain quite chilly as well. Our high in the lower 40s on Saturday. We'll get into the upper 40s on Sunday. So several below average days coming our way in the 7-day planning forecast. And don't forget, we fall back with the clock this weekend, Saturday night into Sunday morning. So you get that extra hour of sleep so you can sleep through some of the cold there. As we're going to have more temperatures in the 20s by Sunday morning. We start to improve things a little bit early next week into the lower and middle 50s for those afternoon highs. And it looks like our weather should be fairly quiet, just a couple of small shower chances. But, you know, you go back to 2014, we had some snow on Halloween.
I remember that.
Snow there. So we may eclipse that, making it the snowiest Halloween. We'll wait and see here.
That was a tough one, I'd say.
It's too spooky for me.
No treat either. Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
All right.
Thanks, Kyle.
Well, two-legged ghosts and goblins aren't the only ones dressing up for Halloween today. The downtown Doggy Daycare Center in Indy Hound held its annual costume contest. Look at all these entrants.
Look at that.
Cute. About 80 in all. Superman was there, Piglet and Tigger, Buzz Lightyear, even a dog wearing a shirt and tie. You get to choose a winner. Indy Hound posted pictures and is taking votes today on their Facebook page. A unicorn. Oh, Superman. I love all this.
Supergirl, I think.
Oh, Supergirl, excuse me.
Right.
Very cute.
And a piglet.
Oh, goodness, this is darling. Go look at those pictures and vote.
Well, if today's snow already has you dreaming of warmer days, we've got a summer concert announcement, and that is just ahead.
Visit harrisleisurepark.com for more information.
Don't stop believing that you will get to see Journey perform live.
I was waiting for you to sing that part. Because there he goes. Because the iconic band is touring the country in 2020, and they're making a stop right here in central Indiana. The night of music is supposed to feature old classics accompanied with new production. The Pretenders are coming along for Journey's opening act. It's happening June 27th, 2020 at Ruoff Home Mortgage Music Center in Noblesville. Tickets go on sale next Friday, November 8th.
You can dream about the summer there with that one, right? All new at 6 p.m. here on RTV6, a student expelled from school after getting sick from vaping. What his parents are saying tonight, why they think the school was wrong.
But first on the Now Indy, some controversial murals at the University of Notre Dame won't be covered as soon as expected. We have an explanation. You're watching RTV6.